Today I'm joined with my brother, Mateo Cordova, also known as Densazo Presente. He's gained over 180,000 followers combined, probably 190,000 followers if we add Facebook, right? In Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook in less than 6 months. So I'm super excited for having you on here today and break down the process that has led you to this moment. So thankful again for taking the time today and yeah, excited for what you got to share for us.
Well, thank you so much for receiving me. For me, it's really a pleasure to be right here being uh, interviewed by my brother, and I'm really excited to get this episode.
Okay, let's go into the weeds. So, what motivated you to get started on this? And what is your account about?
Perfect. So basically, Densazo.presente, it's an account that explains exactly some reminders that'll help me in personal development. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. I studied in Madrid. I studied digital marketing and business, and in the end, I started hanging hanging around with people that didn't actually were really good for my mental health. Imagine that connecting with the wrong audiences will lead you to do wrong things. And basically, I just had a really, I wouldn't say difficult, but like my decisions weren't actually the best. And that led me to a darker world. After that, I just ended up being really misled in life. And I had to go back to my hometown. I came back to my hometown and I had the privilege to have my family's love to actually bring me up. And also, I had my brother, and it's you that he always talked to me about the men's circles and all this interesting ways and how mental health could be worked through. And that's like therapy, but with men, it's different. It's like having community. But I'm not gonna get into men's circles. I'm gonna focus on why I started doing the content. So I started working with my brother. I started doing social media basically a year and a half. And then the idea came as what if I just start implementing every single things that we've been learning throughout the years to my own personal account and giving the idea of so what I've been through, I think it could help men in my case that are from 18 to 25 years old to understand the reasons of life, but life has a meaning. And my way of how I believe that life has a meaning is that if you actually know the purpose that's inside of you, whether it's I want to serve, I want to whatever the purpose is of your objectives, I think all of us we have a lot of love to share, and that's why the reminders started happening. So all of my videos are like 30 to 1 minute reminders of how to be present, whether it's in small actions to remind yourself the value that you have. Also, there's some that talk about the relationships that you have, also the relationships with your health. So there's four pillars inside of my content. Pillar number one focuses entirely on exercise because exercise has actually been something that helps to be consistent. Like every single day, I wanted to do exercise to actually drain all the energies, the bad energies inside of me. Pillar number two is what I'm eating. It's easier for you to start eating healthier when you start developing good habits as exercise, waking up early, having the sunlight in your face, but like basically you're gonna start repelling like sweets and things that actually don't help you grow. uh, Another pillar is sleep. It's so important to have your 8 hours of sleep if you can. It's interesting when you have like a really good schedule. Like I started sleeping from 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. And that helped me because I started doing a routine. So all of these three are routines: exercise, food, and sleep. And then the last one is the most important because that one it's a collective of all the three other pillars in which it's a relationships, the relationship that you have first with yourself. You're showing what relationships you have with these three pillars, then the relationships you have with your parents, your friends, and your social relationships. It's a way for you to actually connect. So those are the pillars that I talk in my videos. So yeah, that's the reason why I started doing.
So you have the four pillars, and how do you actually get started on it? Like, what was your process on, okay, I want to start posting to actually be posting?
Yeah. So social media, because there's a lot of content, there's a lot of things that you can like start doing, testing. My only recommendation for anyone that's listening here is that whenever you enter social media, the best thing you can start doing is just start whatever format. If you want to do quotes, start doing quotes. If you want to record yourself talking, just try to do a small script. The the idea is that for you to get comfortable while recording, there's a lot of content and a lot of good value, because I would suggest you to start following the people that you admire. If you want to do some type of content like they do, you can start trying that way. If you have time to edit, go ahead and edit. I think it's just about testing. The reason why my format is just simple, like I just take the cell phone, record it directly to like a talking head, it would be called a talking head, because it for me it's easier to report myself like that, and I could do 5 to 10 videos per day. But that's the reason I only discovered that because I tried different formats. And the first format that I started was just doing quotes. I just liked doing static quotes, and that didn't have any results. Started doing like quotes with some videos. It started developing better. Then I did a quote with my face, and just like when I appeared, and there was a better response. There was more engagement.
So if we were to break that down, right, there was a testing phase where you involved your style. I remember when you were first starting also like to grow your, you were talking about like even like a split screen Roblox type Minecraft and video games, and you talking about something above. So it's probably testing is one of the most important things, and you ended up finding a format that worked for you. Can you break down a little bit more of what are the elements of this talking head, and what makes it successful versus me just grabbing the phone and just talking and not
Just
having the
saying.
amount of engagement that you have? What's the
So
difference?
yeah, so it's different just to take your cell phone and start speaking, and you would think that that's the way of talking heads. So that's completely opposite. Every single person that does talking heads has a script. Like the idea is that people have to understand that, of course, everyone knows what the hook is, or if you don't know, the hook is basically the first 3 seconds of the video. If the text hook or the voice hook it captures your attention the first 3 seconds, you can get engaged. But if the whole body of the video doesn't actually relate with anyone, or it's just like this is a secret, but if you talk about in the me perspective, me, I do this, me, people don't really care. If you talk in the perspective of them, actually describing their problem, it's like, do you remember when you had blah, blah, blah? So it's like, it's different to say, do you remember when you had your first bicycle?
Mm-hmm.
When you said in your me side, I remember when I had my first blue bicycle. Like, it's easier for people to connect in the you side. So yeah, that would be like the structure is just the hook. You have the structure of the actual video. When there's a development, there's a hook. There's an engagement, and then there's the development, and in the end you're just gonna make a call to action if you want.
Mm.
In my case, I'm not selling anything. I don't do call to actions to like comment the word as with ManyChat, comment the word blueprint or something, and I don't sell them anything. Right now, my position is just to focus on creating more community. That's why I think it's getting a lot of a lot of followers in so little.
What do you say to people who are looking to grow and sell on social media? Do you think it can be both? Do you think you should first grow and then sell? What do you think should actually happen if you were to
So,
decide?
in my perspective, I don't have a whole knowledge regarding selling because I know that how the process works because you have to put a lot of mind into it. As we work with our clients, you have to actually have a really good plan, structure it correctly. So I've noticed there's a lot of people that don't have like 150 or 180,000 followers, but they are selling. And that also depends in you. If you have something to sell, focus on one thing, I would suggest. I think it doesn't matter whether you want to focus rather on followers or in sales. I think there's a way that you can do both, but it's gonna be difficult. I'm not saying that this is easy. For me, I think I made it sound that it's easy to get followers because it's like I just found a format and then I just kept repeating. The reason I'm not sure if you want to get into it. The reason why I got the amount of followers in such short period is because of consistency. I'm talking about doing minimum three videos every day.
Hmm.
Every single day, three videos, recording, creating the scripts every single day. And the thing about consistency is that the algorithms, Instagram or TikTok in my case, they actually like to see you try. Because of course, if you have a new account, they have no idea what your account is based. But what you could do on Instagram, there's another hack. If you're gonna create a new Instagram account from zero, you don't before posting, just search all the niche, all the accounts that you would like to connect your account to. Like imagine if I want personal development, I wouldn't post anything before I search personal development like for 3 days.
Mm.
The like keywords, personal development, and literally your Instagram it's gonna think like so this person likes personal development. You start doing content of personal development and it's gonna connect you easier. But in the end it's just consistency. You keep on doing a lot of testing about your content, but I just don't have an idea of what your account is gonna be. Don't think like whenever you're creating content and you have a new account, it has to be focused on something.
Yeah. So there has to be an intention. Do you think you would have grown as much as you have if you were thinking of selling stuff?
Mm, that's an interesting question. I would say that in my case, I'm not sure. Uh, I wouldn't say I would have grown as much as I have because I didn't actually put the intention on selling. There's a lot of videos that went viral and that could have sold like a document or something for $1 or €1, and that would have worked. I think all depends on the way you're creating your content. In my case, I have read in the comment section that a lot of people connect with it because of the way I say the content. So I think it depends whether you're likable or not. We have to be completely clear. Social media or well, in this case, marketing, people are gonna buy from someone that you like.
100%.
Mm.
Now, let's talk about the intangibles. Yes, you might not be selling per se, but what opportunities has your brand generated for you since you started and since you've grown it to this amount?
So basically, the opportunities that I've been given because of the account, I've successfully connected with some applications. In this case, I'm not gonna say the full name, but like this is an app of meditation that connects with grounding. So the whole like the name Densazo Punto Presente means being present as Densazo. Densazo is like the fake name that I have. There's a whole story behind it. But like, yeah, opportunities. There's a lot of people trying to connect. There's a lot of people trying to have some type of coaching, most men, because there's a lot of guys that see myself speaking in that terms. Like me being a guy talking about my emotions on social media is not normal. That's another reason why the account went viral. And in the end, it's easier for people to connect with someone that they like to be. I'm not saying I'm the best, but like I'm just saying like I'm trying to expose the fact that it's okay to have emotions.
100%. So you've got brand partnerships. I think you've met also like influencers because of this, right? So it there's a lot of intangible things that happen, and you've done a couple of collaborations with bigger accounts than you because you've been able to grow your account. So yeah, like for people watching, even if you're not selling, like the opportunities that are available to you will come even more. So even though you don't have something to sell, maybe don't focus so much on that, because if you focus on growth, growth will happen, right? Going back to your process, you said you're writing your scripts, you're recording your videos, you're editing. Can you run us through your process? Like how much does it actually take? I know it's probably more or less when you first started versus right now. Like what's your process if you were to break it down into steps, or how long does it take?
So first, in the process of creating the at the beginning, I started with the quotes and stuff. Quotes basically it's just taking ideas from creators that already are working. Quotes that I actually thought that I would like to hear. So as they started as reminders, like whenever you have a reminder, you see something that you like, you download it or you put it in notes on your cell phone. And whenever I had these ideas that, oh my God, I just read a quote that I really liked, I'm gonna upload it for my feed. So that was the moment that a quote that I literally downloaded as someone else, I just uploaded it, and it was like a just generic quote. It got like 30,000 likes, and it got I think 300,000 views. And it was like, wait, what? What just happened? It's just a quote. And it because it wasn't a static quote, it was like a video. It was like 7 seconds on TikTok. So after doing that, it was like, okay, past the time, I made a video asking men if they'd like to join a men's circle with my brother. And that video went viral. It went 60,000. Being in Ecuador, it's like, that's viral. And in the end, my brother was like, you should put your face, like, start talking. And then everything started like focusing on the creation. After that, we were working with Astra and we found this Go Viral book by Brendan Kane. And that was the deal breaker. Like using the formats, using the knowledge of that book basically guided me to start doing the scripts, start understanding how going viral works. And if you want to go viral, I suggest you to read that book. Basically, the process is understanding what the people in my niche are listening or are viewing. And that's just literally writing down in the search bar on Instagram, personal development or emotional maturity or whatever the video you want to create. And of course, is that you're going to find the 5X rule. 5X rule is that if you find a video that has 5 times the number of followers of the user, that's a video that went viral. So you use the same hook, exactly the same hook, and you adapt it to your own content. So you can take the same hook, but you start creating like the scripts. You can base yourself in scripts of there's a lot of type of storytelling, of templates that you can follow, and so that's the process. You take the hook, you create the script, and then you edit it. In my edits, it's super easy because I only have captions in my face and I don't have like super edited content.
Before we go into the editing part, so your research is like more of like as time goes, or do you have like a specific structure around when you're gathering all these quotes and all these hooks?
The way I'm doing it right now is just daily,
Okay.
uh, because my brain works better at the moment. I would suggest you if you could like batch it up, like you can find content for the whole month in 1 week. You can do it. But like last time, I tried to do a whole week of content, and I just created eight forms of video, 8 videos, and I uploaded all of them. And in the end, the next day, I was like, I have to do more. So in my way, it works just to do 3 every single day because then I'm just gonna start doing a lot, and that can lead to burnout. Create the at the pace that you'd like, but I would always suggest you to have at least 1 to 3 videos per day. Remember that there's people that are loading 50 reels per day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all depends on how much you want to reach.
Exactly. Now, when it comes to the recording, could you share some tips about how to record better? What you've learned, what works, what doesn't work?
So for recording, I would always suggest good lighting and good sound. If your cell phone doesn't have a really good microphone, I would suggest you buy one of these from Amazon. That they're like $20. Just invest in some. You don't have to invest in the one that are like 200,000, 200 dollars the mic. It's okay. Like you can find a simple mic and understand about the pacing. Pacing and this your tone of voice connects a lot. In my case of personal development, people hear the two sides. The guy that's screaming you that you suck, or the guy that is like telling you, brother, more empathetic way. So it's like it connects. I'm the guy that it's empathetic, but I do also talk about harsh realities. And but it's for me, I perceive it better. Like I receive it better, that type of energy. And that's why there's a lot of people that have been connecting because that depends on what type of energy you want to receive. Whenever you record, just cut down all the silences because you can record like sentence by sentence. If you have your script, I would always suggest you to read the sentence like 5 to 10 times. Then you already know what the sentence is. And the way you say it, it's different in the 10th time because as if you're talking to your friend. That's the reason why you say it.
It's you in a way embody what you're saying and you believe what you're saying and you're like truly in that moment saying it in a different way. uh, I love the pacing part. And you had difficulty, or what's the way that you have your voice? Do you prepare your voice at all, or is it just straight to the camera, or just by repeating those phrases is the thing that works? What does the trick?
What helped me? This is interesting is the thing that whenever I'm with a lot of energy, my voice tends to be a little bit more aguda. How
Like
do you say that?
sharper, like higher tone.
Yeah, my voice tends to go higher when I have a lot of energy. But when I'm like tired, my voice that starts sounding like deeper. And the reason why a lot of people enjoy the voice that it's deeper, it's because you hear like voice actors whenever they go deep, even sound and it sounds different. I can speak slower and that like it captivates people that are listening in their night sleep. Like because a lot of people see the TikTok or Instagram at night, they don't want to hear someone screaming. They want to hear someone talking to them, talking to them directly and telling them the reason why you feel this struggle is because you've lost faith in yourself. Rather than why are you losing faith in yourself? So it's
Like, why
different.
are you losing faith in yourself? Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, nice. No, no, that's super smart. And what do you use? Do you use like Premiere Pro? What do you use to edit your videos?
I use edits from
Okay,
Instagram.
the edit.
I, I don't use CapCut. I don't use like really professional editing gear. It's just my cell phone. This cell phone, an iPhone. This is an iPhone 13 Pro. Like this is an old phone. So
Yeah.
yeah, it works.
Interesting. So we have the editing piece. Recording wise, do you use a teleprompter? What do you use for the script? Do you, like you said, that you repeat the words, but how do you do it?
So for recording your scripts, basically you can have the teleprompter in Edits app. You can paste the whole script there. But sometimes it's really easy for people to know if you're reading because whenever you're reading, That's the reason why I told you repeat it 10 times. Because when you're reading, you look like, and your tone of voice is different. Like it's you're reading, like it's completely different. So you can read it, but don't record that part. Just read it 10 times and then just say the whole, read sentence by sentence. Like you read the sentence, you pause the recording. Read another sentence, you pause. You say it out loud
Makes sense.
as much as possible because it sounds better.
And then if we want to become more tactical, right? Why do you think you've had more results in TikTok versus Instagram, which is also growing, right? But why do you think you've gotten more results on TikTok saying putting the same content out there?
So I do have a theory that TikTok likes to push more than Instagram. Like, I think when people interact on TikTok, not the full video, but at least the middle. Like, imagine if a video has 30 seconds and people stayed at least into the 10th or 15th second, the video in TikTok is gonna be pushed 10 times more. But like on Instagram is like a little bit difficult because if people don't watch the full video, is not going to be as impactful as possible because I've seen viral video that went 300,000 views. I had a quote on Instagram that was 7 seconds and it went 10 times more viral. So I have right now I just uploaded a video that went 1 million views on TikTok, and that same video on Instagram got
But it's the
400,000.
same video. Okay. But when a video goes super high on Instagram, does it mean it will go high on TikTok as well?
Normally, I post the ones that go viral on TikTok to Instagram.
I see. I see. So it's already a proven concept. And do you post
Yes.
manually? What's the process behind it?
Yeah, right now I'm doing it manually. If I'd like to start uploading on YouTube Shorts, which is something that I should, I would definitely use like an app or something. I know that repurpose is really good, but like, yeah, if you want to do it manually, go ahead and do it. But if you want to find help with AI, you can do it.
Yeah.
There's Metrical, there's a lot of things you could do.
Now, to again break a little bit more of beliefs, right? People say social media is a saturated space, the personal development is saturated. After growing this a short amount of time, what do you say about that?
Yeah, I would say that that is completely false. It's never going to be saturated. It's going to be saturated with AI avatars. That is just terrible because I've seen that there's a lot of people that really are missing out the human connection. And that's the reason that if you're actually thinking about creating a page that is for personal development, go ahead and do it. People need people. I think it's easier for anyone to listen to a human being rather than to a computer. I know that there's a lot of people using ChatGPT as their therapist, but in a way, ChatGPT doesn't really care about your emotions.
Yep.
Or it's impossible for an AI to have the sense of what human is. They can try to copy the words, try to copy their actions, but they're not gonna copy your feelings.
Yep. 100%. Anything else you'd like to give as a final tip for someone that wants to grow their personal brand on social media in 2026?
I would say that social media right now is your key to a lot of opportunities. You have to understand that it requires consistency, but in the end, if you enjoy sharing your thoughts, if you enjoy having a form of to express yourself, whether it's by talking or whether it's with your music, whether it's with whatever, social media is a really good key for you to spread your wings and do something that understand whatever you're doing that comes within your soul, in your soul wants to shout it out loud. Why not share it with the whole world?
And what are you excited for Densazo Presente for the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year, I'm really excited to keep on growing the community because it got really impactful the moment that I saw that in Facebook, I had like 11,000, and it was like I didn't even realize that Instagram was sharing my content on Facebook, and the way people are communicating about the page, they're giving reviews, And there's just people expressing themselves saying, the way you communicate has helped me and this and this and this. There's a lot of people that write me and I cannot respond to everyone, but like it's impactful how something that works for me has worked for someone else.
Hmm.
Because all these reminders, the focus is I want to make these reminders for me. That's the secret. I'm doing things that I know that can help me. And just because of that, people are using it as a reflection and people are like actually connecting it to them in a whole another perspective. So I'm not sure if you guys or if you think also regarding the energies, but like right now my life is pure. It feels just that love has helped me in a bunch of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I think it's working because it's reality. It's not. I'm not faking the content.
Yeah. That's super important, right? Is you're not faking the content, you are writing the content, right? Sometimes you will get like research and stuff like that from other people, but at the end you're the one creating the content. So would it be fair to say that in order to succeed on social media, this is an old cliche, but it's you have to be yourself?
100%. In the end, we all have some masks. We all do have masks. I'm not sharing like something that I've realized I haven't shared my whenever I'm really sad,
Hmm.
like crying and stuff. But like I think there has to be a line whether you want to share your personal life to what you want to share on social media. So yeah, be not be yourself, but like understand that what you're doing and what's the purpose of the content that you're creating. If you want you're creating content to make money, okay, do a UGC account. You're gonna be promoting products from people, and that's gonna give you a lot of money. Right now, a lot of people are searching for that. If you wanna create a page that actually would you'd like to help people, whether it's I don't know if you've been through a lot of things, you want to talk about specific things, like imagine drug addiction. You make a page against drug addiction. The purpose of that page is going to be 10 times stronger than a page that is just UGC content, in my opinion. It's like, yeah, one gives you money, but one gives you community. You choose what you want. But yeah, I think it's good for everyone to understand what type of content they'd like to do.
Exactly. Well, and again, if you are serious about growing your personal brand and if you want to see this beautiful individual support you, cut through the noise of social media, again, you can always book a call with us below, both in English or in Spanish. And yeah, make sure that you subscribe to get more powerful interviews like this. Thank you, Mateo, again for your time. And yeah, I'm starting to say a new phrase, but it's like make your life a gift to the world and others. See you
I
next
like
time.
that phrase.
Yeah.
See you next time then.
All right.